All right, guys, what's going on? Welcome back to Top Line. It's your boy Chris, and all right, ladies and gentlemen, you know what time it is. NBA off season. A lot of things are popping off. A lot of things are being said. What about this one? What about that one? Hoopla this. Listen, all type of scenarios are going around, man. We know free agency officially start. Officially start the June 30th, my birthday. So yeah. But right now you're hearing a lot of names being talked about, a lot of people, and of course I mentioned it earlier when I said, should the Raptors hold on? I got mixed reaction. Some people like, we could keep him cool, but if not, it's cool. We get something good back. Well, apparently the Sacramento Kings, and this is according to Raptors Rapture, and I've seen this on other sources as well. I know this is a Raptor-centric post, but I've seen it other places. And the fact of the matter is, OG is looked at around the league. See, the reason why it's going to be interesting to make a deal for OG Anunoby for any team, well, for the Raptors, is because teams see him as that one person that can put them over the top. They look at OG like that one person that could put them over the top, right? They're looking at OG like, the Warriors want him. The Kings, and you can say the Kings, who was number 3, and looked like they could have went last year. Just needed another piece. OG has been looked around the NBA as that the exclamation point. Like this where that person that's gonna get them over the hump. So it's being presented that the Kings are prepared to be very aggressive when it comes to trading for OG Anunoby. According to ESPN, and this is another source they cite here, the Sacramento Kings are aggressively pursuing Toronto Raptors small forward OG Anunoby. Now, they're also looking at Bradley Beal, but I want to say something here. Look at this. Like, when you compare OG Anunoby to Bradley Beal, Bradley Beal's 23 points a game, OG 17 points a game. Now, it's important to say that because one of these guys have an offense built around them. Bradley Beal, and I know you got Kuzma, but it's Bradley Beal's team, all right? OG, 5 rebound, Bradley Beal, 4. Assist, Bradley Beal, 5, OG average 2. Shooting percentage, Bradley Beal, 50%, OG 48%. 3-point percentage, OG 39, Bradley Beal 36. Free throw 83%, well 84, pretty much 84%. Both 80. And one of these guys, I think OG is 23, 24. I'm not 100% sure how old he is. I think Bradley Beal is like 32. So you see, and OG is a much better defensive player than Bradley Beal. So you can get those offensive numbers. And you get the defense. Now look at this. OG got a 1-1 his contract. He got 1 year plus a player option at 38. If you get Bradley Beal, you're locking in 3 year plus a player option for $207 million. So when you see numbers like that, it start to make sense. Let alone, not only that, but just for his play on the court. Now, you got to look at the Sacramento Kings and say, well, they're willing to get it. Not willing to give up De'Aaron Fox and not willing to give up Sabonis. Even though Sabonis laid a big egg in the playoffs, all right? They're not willing to give up. They're not willing to give them up. Let me see where exactly. Now, Harrison Barnes could be a signing trade they would give up, but I think the Raptors would laugh at that. Now, they also got a 24th pick. Now, a player that is interesting, a couple players that is interesting is Malik Monk. He's a scorer. He's a scorer. He could change life. He's a firecracker. Kevin Huerter, and Davion Mitchell. Now, these are other guys that are in that list along with some picks or whatever. The problem that the Kings are going to have in trying to get OG Anunoby from the Raptors. First of all, the Raptors know he's sought after. So if you want him, you're going to pay for him, right? If they give up OG, you're going to have to give up the bag, right? You're going to have to give up some bigs. I don't know if the Kings willing to give up enough to bring OG or to pry him from Toronto. Now, also when you look at it, there's other teams that may have a little bit more interesting, picks and stuff like that. That the Toronto Raptors may be interested in. It's going to be so interesting what the Raptors do with OG, man. I'm just going to be honest. They got this offseason. Of course, they got the trade deadline. You want to get something done because you don't want to give them the option to opt out and just walk away. But you also got to pay him because I don't think no matter how much he loves, I know he loves the Six, but I don't think he's going to walk away from tens of millions of dollars just to stay. I don't see him doing that because I don't see nobody doing that. Especially with inflation in this price of everything high. Anyway, but so I said this before, man. The Raptors are in a very, very unique situation with OG because if he's your guy, go ahead and let it be known he's your guy and lock him in. But if not, see who got the you line them up. You line them, for lack of better, you line the brown bags up and see which bag is bigger. Okay, we'll go with that bag. You see what I'm saying? It's going to be interesting to see how all of this plays out because OG, the numbers speak for themselves. The numbers speak for themselves. He's a two-way player. That's what gives him the edge over a lot of players. I can get those, so I can get pretty much Bradley Beal's numbers, plus a lockdown defender. Oh man, what are we talking about? Like, what are we talking about here? You know what I'm saying? And it is so critical to have a guy like OG Anunoby, especially if your team competing for a championship. If your team is competing for a championship, you look at, you say what you want, but look how vital KCP was to the Denver Nuggets. Look how vital he was. KCP was vital. He can knock down a shot and he was their best defender. You look at teams. You look at the Warriors' great run. Yeah, okay, nobody can shoot like Steph can, but ain't mean that can shoot like Klay Thompson. But Klay Thompson, it was also vital that he picked up the other team's best player night in and night out. That's the role OG plays for you, and that's why I say the Raptors are in a unique situation because if I'm the Raptors going to OG and say, "Would you like to stay? What's your number?" I'm being honest. I'm being honest. What's your number? Because those guys don't grow on trees. That's why people thought the Paul George and Kawhi Leonard thing was like so perfect because they both two-way players. Because you got a lot of pretty fancy scoring but can't play no damn defense. People thought that was, but Kawhi and Paul George need one of those guys to stay healthy. But I digress. But when you look at it from the perspective of what OG brings, I think Sacramento can make a serious push, but I think they can easily be outbid. And it's some teams out there probably willing to give up more to get OG because they know he's the finishing part of a championship team, in my opinion. With that being said, guys, please like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Until next time, you guys be great, man.